Y'all, I feel like I'm brand new to this whole YouTube thing all over again because I haven't sat down and recorded a YouTube video in a very long time. But I just finished the book, The Midnight Library, and I was so inspired and I felt so compelled to like sit down and talk about this because I do remember when I first started my YouTube channel, it was because I had gone through a depressive state in my life, and I felt like I was able to once again get my head above water. And once I did, I was just so grateful for every little thing, everything that was in my life, the sun, the wind, everything. Everything was just like, oh my God, because life will give you ways. Life will put you in situations where if you're taking so much for granted, it will put you in a place where you're going to have no choice, basically hitting rock bottom, right? Where you have no choice but to go up. Okay. And basically, okay, let's get into this book, right? I won't give any spoilers just in case you want to read it, which please, 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 please do yourself a favor and go read this book. So good. Or listen to it. That's what I did. I listened to it on Spotify. But basically, this book is a reminder of there's so many different lives that we could live. And we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives, in our regrets, or as the book calls it, like the book of regrets, that weigh so heavy on us, right? That we fail to see like life is a literal compilation of all the little micro choices that we make on a day-to-day basis that basically all accumulate and bring us to the place that we are currently in. And I won't go too much into what the actual book entails, but I will say this: the end of the book brought me back to a point in my life where I also, if I can't talk, where I also felt like I don't want to be here anymore. And if this is how I'm meant to go down life, I don't want to do this anymore. I never thought about ending things, but I was just like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And I do remember basically, and the thing is this, that you forget all these things with time. And I remember being down, being out, and this is all after reading the book. Being down, being out, being so disappointed in life, in myself, in what's the point? And then deciding like, no, this is not going to be my life. I had to make that conscious choice. This is not going to be my life. I look at myself in the mirror, I don't like what I see. I look at myself from the inside out and I don't like what I see. And during that time I realized it all starts and ends with you, right? And I remember after months of going through this, I would watch a lot of motivational videos. I would talk to God a lot. I listened to Louise Hay, who's like the master of self-love. Um, Les Brown. So many different people. I took so many different routes to where I can't remember the exact moment where I felt better, but I do remember the place where I worked at that time. I remember I used to work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And at 2 p.m., I would walk out the door. And I remember opening the door and just seeing the sunlight and being grateful for that sunlight. And I remember walking to my car and being grateful for the wind in my face. And I was just like, wow, the world is so beautiful. You know what I mean? I remember getting into my car. I'm so grateful to have a car. I'm so grateful to have a hand that's able to open the car door. I was so grateful for just everything. And I felt like I was just so high on life. Okay. And at the end of this book, she does say, like, I will never go back to basically not seeing a purpose in life. And it reminded me of me then. And then I had to look at myself. Like, as I was finishing this book, I looked at myself and I was like, wait, hold on, because life, life itself will put you in situations where you have no choice but to go up, hitting rock bottom. But it also will put you in situations where sometimes you forget about all the blessings, right? And you forget that like all these little choices literally drive you to where your life is right now. And it all becomes so repetitive and it becomes so redundant. And we become so complacent with where we are. We forget. And I feel like maybe that's why positive affirmations are so important, because you need to remind yourself constantly. It's so easy to forget all the good things in your life because of all the bad things that happen sometimes, right? Going to a job that you hate, being around people that you don't like, and having to go to work every single day and you don't want to be there and you want to go out and enjoy life, but it's just all this constant complaining. I got to pay bills, I got to do this, I got to do that. Not saying that's me, I'm just saying in general, right? And we tend to fall off. And I've gotten to a point in my life after all that happened, which is almost, it was like 2017, where, oh my God, it's like 8 years ago. And for a long time, I just felt like I was on top of the world. I was doing a bunch of stuff because I was like, Les Brown says this: live life to the fullest, because when you're on your deathbed, you don't want to be surrounded by the ghosts of the people that you could have become, right? Use this life to do all that you can and become all the things that you can become. He also says, like, the richest place on earth is the graveyard because of all the things that people could have done. And reading this book just got me back to, like, yeah, we waste so much time on our day-to-day life just focused on what it is and not focused on the things that we want to do, right? The realities of life become so heavy on us that we forget, at the end of the day, there's always a child inside of us, and then we always want to have fun and we want to enjoy life, and we forget to enjoy life. And then things like this happen where you fall off and you start little by little going into a depression, going into anxiety, because you're anxious about what the future will bring. Like Lao Tzu said, and actually he's mentioned in this book, when you're living in the past, when you're depressed, you're living in the past. When you're anxious, you're living in the future. When you're at peace, you're living in the present, right? But please take that present and do as much as you can with that time as you can. Like, enjoy it, have fun, don't forget to live, right? And a big part in that book is not I want to live. No, because when you want something, it's the lack of, right? You are alive. Take that blessing, and apply it to everything. And it's just like, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I have fallen off multiple times after that period that I had. I have gone into sadness. I have gone into just like I won't say depression, but like depressive moments, because life happens, and that's just the way that things are sometimes. But remember to get back up and remember to be grateful for all the little things. Because so much of the time we're grateful for, we want big things to happen in our lives for us to be excited, for us to be grateful, but it's the little things, right? I always say, you go to work, you have a job, be grateful to have a job. You get in your car to go to work, you have a car. You have your body parts. I have my hands. I can do so much with, I'm able to hold this little microphone, right? I have my feet. I can walk. Whoa, I can walk. So many people can't walk. So many people can't see. So many people can't function the way that you're functioning. Enjoy life as much as you can. And I'm going to stop it there and just say, like, choose to live. Don't just be alive to be alive. Live. Don't waste your life away. Michelle, don't waste your life away. Like, enjoy, have fun. Life is fleeting. Life goes so fast. And guys, look at me. Like, I have gray hair now. What? I have gray hair. And I look at my videos from back in the day and I'm just like, oh my God, I looked so young. I was so pretty. I was so this, I was so that. But I didn't see it then, right? And so now it's time for me to see myself with love, see myself as who I am, and enjoy this person, this body, this whatever that I am, right? Same for you. Live, choose to live, choose to be grateful for all the little things, not just the big things, but all the little things. And when you're grateful, life gives you more. And when you love life, life loves you back. And that's just the way that it is. And I just felt so inspired to come on here and say this, because when I did first start my YouTube channel, I don't know if I mentioned this already, it's because I was going through those times. And many of these YouTube videos helped me. Um, they helped me get back on my feet. They fed my subconscious. And I think they were so important for me to just get back up and get my head above water again. And we fall off again, we fall off, and now I'm like, no, you know what, let me make this video because this book is just so inspirational and so motivating. And go live, man, go do your thing, be great, enjoy your life as much as you possibly can, and just remember, it's all the micro choices that you make throughout your day, throughout your life, that put you where you are right now. So make the right choices for yourself, have fun, enjoy, love life, and you'll be good. And that's all I gotta say. Bye.